There's a construction site across the road, so if you hear any like big bangs or people shouting, weird stuff, that'll be from that. I love living on a main road in the middle of the Gold Coast. It's so good. Serenity now! Serenity now! Serenity now! Don't forget. Do not forget. How about instead of don't forgetting, you just hit the subscribe button? Like, do me a solid. Chuck us a like. Anyway, we are looking at the Behringer CL9 compressor. It's very exciting. I love compression. I love using it more than I like trying to describe how it works. Nonetheless, compression on bass is just like sugar on lamb chops, just perfect together. I don't eat lamb chops, I gather they go together. How am I meant to know? Okay. So compression and bass goes together like honey and cheese, gravy and bananas. Peanut butter and jelly. Oh, for the American audience, compression and bass goes together like peanut butter and jelly. That sounds disgusting. We already did a dynamics pedal for bass Bogans. It was the very first episode. If you've missed it, go and have a look at that one. A compressor, as I said in that episode, is not the same as a limiter in the way that it processes the dynamics. However, I kind of find that they do a very similar thing in pedal form especially, but we're going to check this one out. It's a very simple layout. You got level, attack, sustain. That's it. It's your basic compressor. As I've explained in previous episodes of Tone Bogans around compression, attack is how fast it clamps down, and sustain is how long it holds on to before it releases it. And the more generous, think of it like putting sugar on your cereal. The more generous you are, the longer you have tooth decay for. So yeah, like we want to have tooth decay for as long as possible and get that tooth decay really long. Okay, so I'm not very good at analogies, but that's how compression works. You attack it, you hold on to it, and then you sustain it. The sustain will let you hold onto that note for as long as possible before you release it into the atmosphere. Like a little bird. Anyways, here's my clean signal. And here is just the tiniest little bit of compression just to even out all of the notes that I'm playing. It's not going to be perfect because there is no such thing as perfection in music production, but we can get close. Let's loop something and mess with settings.
Goodbye, goodbye, you changed your mind. Alright, I'll take this parting as a sign. I can't move on, I think I'm tied to us. I can't move on, I really like this curse.
I know I said that if you wanted one pedal to get the overdrive, but if you want two pedals, get a compressor or the limiter and the overdrive, because you can play around with stuff if you have two pedals that are those types of effects. You can do compression after overdrive and you can boost your little sonic frequencies. I think I have also said that before. And you can obviously put that ahead of the chain, and your overdrive, I've forgotten what I was saying, your overdrive will have the already compressed signal coming through and it will be even and you won't get any spikes in your playing, which you tend to do in reverse, and you get like a little, oh, it's loud. Why is it so loud? Oh, that's right, because I don't have a compressor. So you can avoid having those nasty little surprises by getting a compressor, and where you put it in the chain is completely up to you. I like to switch it around. Sometimes I'm a total maverick. I won't even use a compressor when I'm recording, just in case I want the option of using bias amp 2 or whatever plugin, or like a billion plugins that I have. Or sometimes I'll use a rack mount and I'll record that, because that's a compressor as well. I got the KT76 by Clark Technic. That's quite nice on your bass, I've discovered. My brother told me that and I was like, that's a weird thing to use it for. I'm going to do that too. So yeah, it's nice and smooth. These are just leveling effects. And if you're a bedroom player, you probably don't really need one. Once you start recording, definitely one of your first two pedal effects to procure for yourself. That's a big word, isn't it? Procure, purchase. It is very cheap. Once again, there are specific bass compressors that you can get. There's like a really squeaky truck going down the hill. And I will eventually get one of those. It is the MXR Studio bass compressor. It looks sick. And like, we're not going to do comparisons, but I think that will really thump because it is designed for bass. The JHS Pulp and Peel is also on my list of compressors to get. Is it the Deep 6? That's on my list, and the Bondi 2026. These are all high-end compressors that I want to get because they're all different sounds. They're all based on different circuits as well. So we've got a mix of optical and VCA and FET compressors, which probably means nothing to you if you're watching this. You're probably a beginner. Don't let the lingo confuse you, but there are different types of compressors. This pedal is just one of them, and I am not actually sure what it's based on. I think probably something like the Dynacomp or the Ross, one of those classic compressors. It is very basic, this compressor. They have done the ratio for you internally, and it is just a really killer effect for the price. As we do with all of the Bogans series, we just get the best bang for your buck. This got really boring and technical, so let's leave it here. Let's reconvene next week.